Okay then, Helldivers, loads to go through today as we've got a new Galactic War update as well as another buff announcement. Or except this one doesn't really buff anything actually, although it's still quite a positive one to take a look into. Seems that Johan's made a bit of a mistake in the video clip reel and they kind of need to work on their post edits a little bit because we've got quite a few more buffs coming your way. Let's see what it is that's going on today. If you haven't already, smash that beautiful blue thumbs up and subscribe with post notifications turned on. It'd be greatly appreciated. On top of that, check out our sponsor, Instant Gaming, the platform where you can buy your video games cheaper for PC and consoles with the best deals, offers, promotions, and discounts. All running up to around 70%. And right now, Space Marines 2 is at an all-time low. So click on the link in the description and get your games a little cheaper today. That being said, let's see what's happening inside of the game. So starting off, we've got a brand new major order with a briefing that you guys may well be happy about. It states right here, raw Terminid population levels are at an unstable leveling, threatening to reach exponentially explosive rates of reproduction. In order to reduce the population most effectively, we will target specific medium-sized specimens that from the backbone of Terminid hives. While this remains our operational focus, a window of opportunity has once again arisen to augment our forces with the orbital napalm barrage. The automaton control planets Tash and Mastia both contain significant manufacturers producing polystyrene foam, an important precursor to napalm. If both planets are liberated with the duration of this order, it will become possible to immediately deploy the orbital napalm barrage fleet-wide acquisition. Now this is absolutely huge because this has obviously opened up to our brand new major order right here that you can see, which is to kill 45 million bile spewers across the community and kill 100 million warriors. Now that won't be too difficult, mainly because realistically we're going to be working on a narrative of being over on the bugs side anyway. Realistically, we've got a few days left until the new update comes, so you guys are probably going to have to put up with quite a load of jip right now with all of the current weapon states that they're in, but it is due to change very soon. Unfortunately, this means that if we want those orbital napalm barrages, we are going to have to go in for it now, so make sure you guys are getting on and doing your part for democracy. Moving on from that though, another one of the buffs has come up, except this one is a little bit different as it's not really a buff, but still beneficial. We've got the rocket Devastators that now has a limited number of rockets, and you can see them disappear when they are spent. A reload mechanic is added from their backpack to replenish the rockets. In addition, the rocket physics collision is now smaller, making them easier to avoid. Check out this clip right here.
So the rocket Devastators, they have limited ammo. When they fire a rocket, you'll see one go away. I think they can only fire like 3 bursts or something, and then they need to reload because they have an extra pack. They can reload once. We should also mention, the collision of the rockets is smaller.
Okay, so...
We reduced it by 80%.
Okay. Do gunships as well run out of ammo now?
Yes.
So basically, I'm hiding behind a rock, they blow their load all over me, and then I can move out of cover.
Yes.
Yeah, it'll be a little bit of a walk of shame, but I think that's nice.
Now, yes, a lot of the community find that absolutely hilarious because the Rocket Devastators are an absolute bloody nightmare, and memes are hitting up all over the Reddit like this one right here, with the automatons now experiencing the nerfs. Not knowing what that felt like before is quite an interesting one. But one thing that is extremely interesting is this next post that we actually managed to get on the Reddit page, gaining over 1,000 upvotes so far, just in a matter of 6 hours. It states if you pause at the right time, you can see more buffs on the paper. Now, I have tried to zoom that one in as much as I possibly can, but it's not too easy to read. Fortunately for me though, one of you guys are crazy enough to try and push that one out and make it a lot clearer, and I've gained a load of different numbers as far as buffs go for a load of primary weapons, including the Scythe, Crossbow, Eruptor, Defender, Liberator, Penetrator, Diligence, Counter Sniper, Blitzer, Torture, Sidearms, Peacemaker, you name it, it's on there. There is absolutely ridiculous amounts, although they're not 100% confirmed with regards to the numbers, as obviously it was really difficult to read, so there may be some different numbers that actually come through, but we can see roughly what we're looking at when it comes on the forefront for the actual buffs moving towards the primary weapon usage. It's going to be an interesting one, and if this does come through, then it definitely means that you guys are going to have a lot more fun when it comes to using your primaries as well as your strategies stratagems in hand. Now, what this also means, though, is that Johan and Nicholas need to be a little bit more careful when recording these, because actually having all of the paperwork on the screen probably isn't always the best idea unless you're running into post-edit and know what you're looking out for. But nonetheless, those videos so far are doing an absolute service, and I really do enjoy them actually putting those up. I think they've done a great job so far showing us the full patch notes, and I've actually been to a point where I'm now waiting for those videos to come up and genuinely looking forward to seeing what it is that they've got to say next. So it's definitely a better way of doing it than just posting up on the Discord like they have been for the last 6 months. Definitely a refreshing touch, but let me know what you guys are thinking via the comment section below. And moving in, it seems like Arrowhead are clapping back. This post received over 2.3 thousand upvotes in the last 6 hours, and it's a hilarious one actually, but none of us really noticed it. The image right here for the brand new war bond, which is obviously the toxic gas movement towards the war bond. We can see right here that the comment underneath it states that the Helldivers are getting toxic. It's absolutely hilarious because it runs in with the narrative of the way the community is being right now, and it also works with the way that the war bond is actually issued. As an overall, massive well done to them guys for playing around with the general community as well as the brand new war bond of choice. Massive round of applause. I do love it when they give a little slap back to the community. It's definitely deserved sometimes. But some people are getting a little bit questionable about these new Stim Pistol that's now going to be available with the latest war bond. Saying so right here, some comments I read on this sub really scare me. People were wondering if the Stim Pistol can heal enemies and the people who want to stim charges with the Stim booster buff. Now, I would be extremely surprised if the Stim Pistol can actually heal the enemies. I don't know if it works that way, and I really hope it doesn't, because that's going to give trolls a whole new motive when it comes to messing with your gameplay. But one thing that we do want is this right here. Again, with over 2.3 thousand upvotes, you can see that that is Thomas Shelby, and this is the scene where he puts the gun up to his own head and goes to shoot himself. Except imagine that with a stim gun. I think it would be quite hilarious if you were able to utilize the stim gun to heal yourself as well as the normal stims that you already have. These are obviously micro stims, so I can't imagine that that is going to work, but as an overall, the actual effect of it would be absolutely hilarious. And finalizing the video with the comments from the last video. You guys seem to upvote quite a few of these, so a massive shout out to you guys for the support on it. But the first one right here states, we don't need new primaries when we'll get a bunch of new old stuff we can use and enjoy now, which oddly is actually true. There are a lot of weapons that we've been obtaining over the last 6 months and we've not been able to actually use because they've either been nerfed at launch, post-launch, or just been nerfed prior to the time of even obtaining them. It's quite a weird narrative. I think that that was realistically the biggest issue with Helldivers, and a lot of you guys were getting quite wound up with the way that they were pushing out new content, making you pay for it, and then nerfing it into the ground. Kind of leads underneath that misleading factor with what it is that you're aiming to purchase. But fingers crossed this is going to be a good time and they can hold whatever weapons that they've actually got coming, hold them off a little bit, so don't stress that it's not in the new war bond. You do have some new stratagems to play with though. And on the topic of that, the second comment that was the most liked on last video states right here, some people are mad this war bond has no primaries, but we are about to obtain so many buffs. I think this is a great time to release this specific war bond, which to be fair is absolutely right. It's one of those movements right now where realistically if we just obtained another primary it would probably get lost in the midst, or a lot of the buffs that were happening with regards to the old weapons in hand would obviously get lost as well. So I think that realistically the way that they've done it is absolutely amazing, and it means whatever weapons that they've got built up they can now build them up even further, keep them in the background and drop them whilst working on brand new ones. It works as a cool sort of like storage movement, so you can hold on to things just in case you ever need to release something last minute. And this final one right here states, I'm cautiously optimistic, which I think a lot of the community are right now. They all seem to be a little bit cautiously optimistic, and rightly so. I definitely am myself. Looking at all of these buffs, all of these nerfs to the enemies, and I'm a little bit questionable on how this one's going to pan out. Don't get me twisted, I'm really really hopeful. I mean, realistically, this is my career, so I'm kind of hoping it does pan out. But a lot like you guys, I genuinely enjoy just running through and doing a couple of operations throughout the daytime and not stressing about everything going wrong and not being able to use the things that I actually want to use. So fingers crossed everything works well. But let me know your guys' opinions on everything that we've been going through today. We'll see you guys again tomorrow for some more updates to Helldivers 2, as we have another buff that's going to be coming into play, especially for the next few days. Thank you so much again for watching, guys. If you haven't already, like, subscribe. Feel free to check out the second channel, which is the unfiltered versions of everything that we do via the live streams and more. Thanks again. Appreciate you all, and I'll see you in the clouds.